How you doing, guys, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to be creating today exercise 4 from chapter 8, and this is a preview of what we are going to be creating, this object. Okay, so let's start by opening up a new file. Again, don't forget to always select your working directory. You could pause the video, select your working directory before you continue on and drawing your model. So everything could be saved at a place that you want to save it at. Okay, so as we start, we can name it chapter 8 exercise 4 T as tutorial, and we're gonna click OK. Now in doing that, we're going to start with creating the big circle, this plate, and you'll see the big circle is 42, a diameter 42. So let's start by clicking a sketch, click on the bottom plate, make sure this is looking down, click on sketch view, and let's create that circle. Okay, and we're going to write a diameter of 42. Okay, in doing that, we're going to extrude, and the thickness will be 3. The 3 comes from here, the thickness of that bottom plate. Okay, and there we go, we created our first feature. Okay, the next step is to create this feature, extrude it. After we extrude it, we're going to make a pattern as to achieve these two objects. Okay, but very easily, the next step will be create sketch, click on this top face, making it look down, sketch view, and as reference, I will click on this circle. Okay, this would really help, and get rid of this reference, so that when you make deleting segments, you don't have to delete so much. I forgot to delete it. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna click solve and OK. So our circle has a center concentric to this vertical line. Okay. Now, this circle, as you can see, has a distance of a radius of 25. Okay. So we are going to write here 25. And that circle has a radius of 5. So we're going to click dimension, click once, and we're going to write 5. Okay. After we do that, we're going to click on line, tangent to that, intersect, tangent to that, and intersect. Okay. Now remember that every time we draw, we're gonna have to create a closed object in order to extrude. There are many ways on doing this, but really easily I would just create the circle, same circle here, right? Which I create this little curve, click on delete segments, and delete these two parts. Delete, 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 delete segment, and I'm left with this particular object here. We're gonna click on escape, and clicking on escape, you should see this object highlighted. If you do not see it highlighted, There might be probably a segment that you forgot to delete here, which is preventing this drawing or this sketch to be considered a closed loop. Okay, we are gonna accept the sketch, and we're gonna extrude the sketch opposite direction, and we're gonna make it 3, same thickness. Okay, now we still are we are yet to create a hole. We are not going to create a pattern yet. Let's first make our hole, and then we create our pattern. Okay, so we're going to click on hole, and as you can see, sometimes the axis is not visible, or you don't see a point. Okay, a simple solution to that is we go back to the extrusion we just did. Drop down menu, we're going to sketch and edit definition. All we have to do is click on point, go to that center, and click on there. That's all. Click OK, and what occurs is it automatically creates an axis, which facilitates on us making a hole on that specific. I'm going to cancel this so you can see what happened. It automatically choose, again, click outside. Once you click outside, click on hole, and click on that axis. And remember, every time you click on the axis, you need to also add a face or another orientation. So once you click the axis, click and hold Control and click the face. Okay. Don't worry that it's being cut out. It's just the diameter is a little too big. What we are going to do, we're going to go to shape, and we're going to click on this button here. So these options could come up, and we're going to click here. Okay. Again, don't worry. We're going to fix that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this hole right here. All right. And using the hole feature as we did the settings, we're going to create a hole that has an indentation of 6.7 diameter and 1.65 deep, and a hole middle hole diameter of 3.6. I'm going to show you. So if you look at your PowerPoint or your book or your worksheet, whatever your professor may give you, the diameter is 6.7 right here, 6.7. Well, sorry about that. Now, if that gives you an issue, go here first and adjust that to 3.6. Okay. Once you do that, go back here and write 6.7. The reason that being is that this number cannot be smaller than this number, because it would create an error. So if you do face that, make sure you do those changes accordingly so you can apply the numberings. Okay. So as you see in your PowerPoint, we have a 6.7 diameter hole, and it's going to go 1.65 deep. Okay, as we see that, we inspect, and we have the right drawing, and we're gonna accept it. Okay. Standard orientation. This is so far as it looks. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate what we just draw, and rotate by doing a pattern around this axis. Okay. Now one thing that I want to show you is that once you select hole, hold down shift and select extrude, the pattern disappears, and you may be saying, now we cannot use the pattern. Don't worry. So once you select the hole and hold shift or hold control and click extrude, you have to group it. So now these two features that you just did is grouped as one. Once you group it, now you're able to create a pattern. we go ahead and click on pattern. Okay, now we're gonna do a pattern around axis. Which axis? This center point right here. Okay, and we're gonna have 3 features, and it's gonna be 120. Okay, let me put it top view so you can see it clearly. 120 will give you the orientation just as the picture. Okay, and we're gonna accept, and as such we have our feature. So here you use the whole extrusion and you group them. You have to group them in order to use the pattern feature. If you don't group them, you cannot use a pattern having two selected, two separate features selected. Okay, once we did that, we finished with our base plate. The next point that we're going to do, we're going to do this wall. We're going to create a feature and create another feature. But let's start with this wall right here. Okay, so we're going to click on sketch, select this face. Please make sure that the arrow is looking down, and we're going to click on sketch view. We're going to draw. We're going to click on circle from this same center, make a circle and another circle. Okay, so the outer circle is going to have a diameter of 40, and the inner circle is going to have a diameter of 34, and we're going to accept. We're going to extrude, and the extrusion is going to be 11. Okay, that 11 came from this portion right here, and extrusion of 11. We're going to accept. Okay, now before we make the whole feature, we're going to make this circle a solid circle and a solid circle on the back. Okay, so let's go on ahead and draw. Oh, well, actually we do the whole later. You're gonna go click on sketch, this face plate. Let me cancel that so you can see what I just did. Again, I'm gonna do a sketch on, again, the same face plate, because everything is originating from this base plate. Okay, so first click on sketch, click on this face plate, rotate it, and then please make sure that the arrow is looking down. So now we're gonna do a circle, sketch view. If you notice, the diameter of this circle is 12. Okay, so we're gonna write 12, and that's it. Don't worry about the hole for now. We always do that later after we've done all the extrusions. So when you do the hole, everything is cut in one shot. We're gonna click extrude, and as you may see, the height of this extrusion is going to be one unit. So we're going to go here. I'm going to write 1 unit. Okay. Then the next part, you could either choose to do your rib or do the other extrusion. For now, since we are working on the top view, let's do our rib, which is very simple, very easy. So again, we're gonna click on sketch, but this time we're gonna click on this midline. Again, before I continue forward, the reason why I always center everything in the center of the datum planes is because later on, when you're drawing your adding in other features, everything is centered and everything has a well-referenced center. Okay, so this is why I select the midline, and it doesn't really matter if you have it down or up. preferably I will choose my arrow going in such a way. Okay, so we're gonna have like a front view, and I'm gonna click sketch view. But as you can see, the model, it will be hard to draw lines because you don't have, it's hard to visualize. So I'm gonna go here and add hidden lines. I did not select no hidden lines because then I lose my inner cuts. So that's why I chose hidden line. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna draw a line from here all the way to here. Okay. Once we did that, we are essentially done. We're gonna click OK. And now we're gonna go and click on Rib Profile. In case you didn't select, you unselected, you're gonna click Rib Profile, and you're gonna click on the sketch that you just did. This rib has a thickness of 3. It says 6 times 3. Okay, so we're just gonna do 1. For now, we're just gonna do 1. And it's gonna have a thickness of 3. Okay, as such. Okay. In order to visualize it better, let's click shading with edges so you can see what's occurring. Okay. Now we still need 6 of these, and we only have 1. We're gonna click on that rib profile that we just did. We're gonna click on pattern. Now, when the pattern is always asking you for dimensions or what is your orientation, and we're gonna rotate this pattern at an axis, and the axis is right here. Okay, to have a better representation, I'm gonna go here and click on top view. We need 6 of these, right? And you see that some of this appear. The thing is, right here they're overlapping. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 120. Not 120, 60 degrees. If we go back and we look at, give me a second. If we Google our unit circle, 60 didn't work, but 120 would work. It would distribute our, how can I say, our ribs evenly as we want it, as a hexagon. So we're gonna accept, and we see our features exactly as such. Okay. Once we did that, we have to create the hole. But before we create the hole, let's make the back extrusion. So what we are going to do is we're going to click on sketch, click the back plate, and make the arrow look up so we can have a bottom to top view. Okay, we're going to click sketch view. We're going to make a circle. Now, looking back, this extrusion is going to have a diameter of 20. Okay, and the 20 came from here. Okay, let me maximize this. So the diameter is going to be 20. We're going to accept that. We're going to extrude. The extrusion value is going to be 2. Okay, and we're going to accept. Standard orientation. The only thing that is missing is the hole. So we're going to click on the hole feature. We're going to click on the axis, hold down Control, and click on the face so you can make your hole. And the hole is going to have a diameter of 10. As such. And we're going to accept. And there you have created exercise number 4. Again, hopefully this has helped you guys with using patterns, using rib profile ribs and the holes, and how to rotate it rotate around an axis. Please leave a like or a thumbs down, thumbs up. Please subscribe, and leave some comments. Let me know how may I improve to help you understand better CREO. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.